And it's Terrific Terry Tuesday on Horse Racing Radar TV. As we make our way to Parx once again. Some long shots coming through yesterday, messing up some pick fours, but Terry's best bet hit, so that's a plus. So hopefully we can get some best bets across the finish line today. Of course, we always can get some free picks to the finish line. Not too many tracks today running. 3 tracks, one of which is a free pick. That is Mahoning Valley. You can get that over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description below on YouTube or wherever you're following us. Also, in the link, a description in the description on YouTube, there's also the link for all the data that we're using in today's show. So you can go ahead and click on that so that you can see what it is we're talking about. Good morning, Don Johnson. Thanks for joining us as always. And if, like Don Johnson, you have something to say, want to say hello, want to make some picks, want to tell us where in the world you're tuning in from, kindly let us know in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, advice, anything, let us know all about it. Funny jokes, but keep them somewhat clean over there. All right, let's get going to race number 1 today. Terry, at Parx, what are the conditions for the kickoff today?
It's a 7-furlong race, and it's a maiden claiming race of $25,000 claiming price. Purse is $26,000 for maidens 3-year-olds.
Yes, it's 7 furlongs. They haven't run very many of them in 2025 at Parx, 16 of them. Stalkers, usually being middle forward, is the best approach. 5 out of the 16, 1 on the lead. The inside 3, those positions get a bonus. 4 through 7, they get hard hit. And then 8 and out, there's a bonus there. But again, only 16 races. We do 1,000 simulations here, Terry, to get a sense of who's got the best chance to do all sorts of different things in here. Terry, get going with who's likely to be the pace setter when they get started.
Well, this is kind of a hard race to determine who's going to get there because there's 4 of these horses that have real close speed, as you can see. It's 3, 10, 4, and 1. They all pretty close in the data. Could get there. The overlays are the 1 from 6 to 1 to 10 to 1. The 2s from 7 to 2 to 12 to 1. And the 9 is from 7 to 2 to 6 to 1. None but the 4 and 9 in the past have got to the
par for this race.
Yeah, par for the race. I'm sorry. Although, as you can see, maybe the 4 and the 9 could basically make it. All but the 6. I mean, all of the horses have comfort, or in the comfort zone, have percentages, but the 6 is especially high at 88%. 4 is the best jockey according to the data, and 11 would be the best trainer. And the best combination of jockey and trainer is the 11.
Looks like a good number there. Well, you see here in this race, a lot of horses want to be middle back. That's the position they prefer when they run their best efforts. The 3, Aloni. So if the 3 can get to the lead, well, he should be part of the early pace we see here. Also in the early pace picture right there. At the end of the race, the 8 horse, Jaden's Honor, has an 8-point late speed advantage over everybody else. Also has a 6-point total pace over everybody. Here you see who's moving up or down in class, which horses showed some improvement last time out. And then our speed chart over here, it does look like this 8 horse. It's only run once. Its average, its race is as good as the average for most of those. You can see which ones have the highest peak. The 1 and 2 look like they might struggle a little bit. Terry, who are your picks for the opener?
All right. Well, in this opening race, I like the 8, Jaden's Honor. He finished 3rd versus similar after a poor start in his only start. And he has a high percentage winning trainer, and Lasix is added. 9, Mind Seeker is the second choice, finished the money in 4 of his 5 career races. He has the highest last speed rating. It's actually tied with Awesome Warrior, my 3rd pick. And Awesome Warrior ran 2nd versus similar in his last race. He has the highest last speed rating. And he has a high percentage winning jockey, and that jockey is Paco Lopez. Just Cheesy is my long shot to 6. Drops in class today, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 8 horse 2, and my top choice. Just needs to improve in its second start. Gets a little bit better start. Gets a little bit Lasix. Those 2 things could help. Awesome Warrior, Paco, should be forward today on that 4. Mindseeker, the 9, better speed numbers in the last 3 races. That's a 15%. Alpha Angle, according to Barry Meadows. Curious Soul, the 3-horse, drops from a $40,000 race, makes the 3rd start after a layoff. A bounce back race is coming, in my view. We have a $100 budget. I'm going to use 18 of it now. $1 trifecta. That's not how you spell trifecta, but it is today. 4, 8, 9, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, over to 4, 8, and 9 again. Let me get trifecta right. All right, there we go. And it looks like they're about to get off and running. If you're looking for some value in the picks here, let's see what we got. The odds. Looks like the 2-horse provides a little bit of odds for you, as does the 1. If you're looking for some value, boom, 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 boom. The 9-horse, yeah, some value in the 9 as well. Perhaps we have it at 7-2. It's 5-1. They're all lined up. They're getting ready to rock and roll. Jessica, the 4-horse with Paco getting a little bit upset before they get running. Let's see if Paco can get him under control and get him to the finish line in somewhere in the money. They're off and running. The 3 kind of dipped his nose down. The 2's kind of struggling a little bit. Kind of an awkward start for a couple of horses. You got about 9 across the track competing for the lead. Paco out there as well, pushing the 3-horse coming in now along with the 4. The 3 has taken the lead. The 1-horse down on the rail, Airman Trevor, also involved. So you get the 3, the 4, the 1, and then the 9 at 5-1 to the outside. And then it looks like the 12 going wide over. There's a 12 horses in this race. There is indeed. A little bit of a gap back to that 12-horse, and then a jump all the way back. The 2-horse, probably about 15 lengths off the lead. They make their way through the opening quarter in 23.52 seconds. The 3, Curious Soul, continues to lead the 4-horse right now, right there as well. And coming around the edge, it looks to me like the 9-horse is going to go wide, try to make a trip here to the finish line. First, the 3-horse continues to push. Here comes looks like Paco's going to try to get ahead of the 3 here. He might. We'll see if he can do it. The 9-horse fighting along in 3rd. See if the 3-horse can continue to hold on to 2nd for me so I can get that trifecta. I don't know that he will, because that 9 continues. The 12-horse is coming. Looks like it's going to go 4, 3, and then the 12 is going to get me at the end. How about that? I hate that. I hate horse racing. I hate horse racing. I really do. Sometimes I just effing want to quit. All right, Jonathan Simpkin, good morning. How are you? Tatham, thanks for joining us again today from Turkey. We'll have the best bet in a moment. Race number 1, the 8 would win. Well, the 8 unfortunately didn't show up there today. I wish he would have. The crypto number 12, sir, would mean. Yeah, there you go. Crypto code. Should have had you right there. Go, Jackie Davis. Yes, very nice young lady. The horse has the word sir in it. He runs later in the day. Well, he ran right there for sure. Best bet, Divine Miracle. There we go. Private Ross again. No excuse for he's the best horse. Yeah, well, some excuses. He sucked. How about that? All right. Let's go to race number 2, Terry. Let's see what we have here as we're going to start some pick 4s.
Yeah, it's a 5.5 furlong. It's a maiden claiming race, $25,000 claiming price. Purse is $26,000. It is for maidens, 3-year-olds. That's it.
Yeah, 5.5 furlong. Speed does well. There have been 11 races. 6 of them have won by the horse that got to the first call first, also got to the last call first. There is a rail bonus for ET's Gypsy Rose. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 have been bad. 8 and out gets a bonus as well. So in race number 2, Terry, we're looking for some giddy up and go, and there's a few of them in here that have the gas when the gates open.
That's right, but that 4 and 6 show the most speed, and they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole. The 1 has an overlay from 4-1 to 10-1. 2's overlay is from 6-1 to 10-1. The 4's overlay is from 8-1 to 10-1. 7 has an overlay from 5-1 to a nice 12-1. And the 8 is not any overlay at all. So anyway, none of them have equaled or surpassed par in the last past. But today, the 6 has almost a 33% chance of equaling or passing par. according to our data. So,
Mhm.
and then
You see-
comfort zone is 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the 6 is the best jockey, 6 is best trainer, and 6 is the best combination of jockey and trainer.
Indeed, for sure. Comfort zone, we basically take our 1,000 simulations and look at today's projected pace, and then we overlay the horse's best performances to see how close today's race will match their best performances. The 6 horse, it's a lone E, 3 a pressure horse, so pilot, co-pilot. These 4 have not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line, and the 1 and the 8 today are going to make their first start. So if you're looking to see is the 6 going to be on the lead, he should be up there along with the 4. The late pace also the 6. 6 gets your top total pace, 5 points clear of the next closest horse with experience. And over here, the 5, its last race speed figure was 4 points better than the next closest horse. Typically, those horses have a good chance to win, according to Andrew Beyer. Here we have some first-time starters, the 1 and the 8. 3 is the maximum score they can get. Pretty tight between the 1 and the 8. So the question is, which one do you prefer? Terry, which horses do you prefer?
I like the 6 as my top choice. She ran second versus similar last race. Her early speed running style helps the chances. So this shorter distance should be a great help for her. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She actually tied with the 5, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the 5 is my second choice. Ran second versus similar in her last race. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. She's tied with 6, as I said, and she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 24% of the maiden claiming races he has a horse running in. And then the 8 is my third choice as a first-time starter whose dam has 2 winners from 2 starters. Her breeding suits today's sprint distance. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the debut maiden claiming races he has a horse running in. Bailout Billy is a 3 as my long shot. Has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races when using first-time Lasix, and blinkers are added today. Keep her mind on business. I'm going to play the very first Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to use the 3, 5, 6, 8 with the 1, 3, 4, 7 with the 2, 8 and finish up with a 4, 5, 8. That's a $45 or $48 ticket.
I like the 8 horse drop sugar as well. The 8 and the 1. I'm putting them both basically 1 and 1A. If there would be an entry, that would be my entry, since none of the horses, as we saw in our data sheet here, have hit par. You got to go with the first-time starters. So I'm going to put the 8 and the 1 on top, no particular order. Then the next up for me will be that 6 horse, Imperio Azteca. That's my second choice, that one, because it has speed, should be forward, does have the top total pace advantage over the rest of the field by about a length. And then finally, Carolyn Doris, the 5, did all the horses with experience. Ran the last race speed figure, 5 points clear of everybody else. Or was it 4 points? Chance to be better in the second start after a layoff. My pick 4, I'm going to start with all 4 of them. 1, 5, 6, 8, 1, 3, 4, 7. Pretty much similar to Terry. 2, 8, 5, 8, and 9. So also a $48 ticket. Structured exactly the same. 4, 4, 2, and 3. Speaking of 3s, Terry, that's next on our agenda. Race number 3.
All right. So in race 3, what we have here is, let's see, let me get there. Well, mile and 16th. It's a maiden claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $19,000 for maidens, 4-year-olds and upward.
Yeah, they don't run many at a mile and the 16th either. Early speed does well. Only 5 of them so far. 2 of them went wire to wire. Outside and in, nobody's won from the rail. So the farther you are from the post, the better off you're likely to be. Do we have any speed on the outside in race number 3?
Yes, as you can see, we don't. Actually, the speed is in the inside with that 1. And it shows a lot of speed. So I think that 1 should get to that quarter pole as long as it gets out of there really easily, out of that front starting gate. The 3 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 6 to 1. The 4 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 4 to 1. In the past, the 1, 4, 5, and 6 have either equaled or exceeded today's par number, and the 4, 3, 6, 7, and 1 can, according to the data, go past the par number or equal it. So, and then all but the 1 and 2 are in the comfort zones. of course, that means that measures how closely today's race will likely mirror each of the horse's best races in the past. And then all but the 7 is the got the best jockey, got the best trainer, and it's the best combination for this race.
Yes, Nemo covering a lot of bases there. Also, Nemo being alone, so it should be forward. Everybody else middle back. The 2 horse not within 5 lengths of the winner so far. Mad Maxi. Over here on our speed chart, you see the 1 has the highest, second highest average speed figure, but has a big range. Has by far the most back class. Over here, the top average race belonging to the 7, Nemo. Our pace lets us know that the 1 should be up on the front there, Terry. The 7 wants to be a lone E, so might not get where it wants to go. You got the 4 horse in here with the most late speed, and it has the top total pace, about 8 points clear of everybody else. The 1 horse is your only class dropper. The 6 horse is your only class riser, Terry. Who's going to rise to the occasion in race number 3?
Well, I like the 4 Rossington. Ran second versus similar in his last race. Parx Racing has the highest last race speed rating and has a high percentage winning jockey. Brush back. The 1 is my second choice. Has a high percentage winning trainer, and this trainer wins 29% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Nemo, the 7, is my third choice. Finished third versus similar in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then the 3 is my long shot 100 proof. He ran second versus similar in his last race, and his best dirt speed is close to the average winning speed. No additional bets here for me.
Yeah, Private Ross, I don't really hate horse racing. I just hate when you do everything right and you still get it wrong because the horse just fades at the last 16th and you get beat, which happens way too much. Like in our pick 4 so many times, I'll have 3 out of the 4 legs right, and the 1 horse I missed was my very next pick in my order there in the race that I missed. So it just drives me bananas. Race 3, Rosington. That one gets my top selection, top total pace, almost 8 points better than everybody else. Very consistent. So everybody else will have to be at their best to beat him. Nemo gets Paco Lopez today. Did show better pace early on. Last out, Craig Milkowski says that is a winning hint. Number 1, Brushback, only class dropper in the field, as we mentioned, should be on the lead for Jamie Ness, Ruben Silvera. Great combination for jockey and trainer. And then number 3, 100 proof. Just missed at this level in its last race. Chance to be better in its third start after a layoff. And Terry, when I used to drink, there was a rule. Minimum 100 proof. I don't know if that was your rule, but that was mine.
Yeah.
Race 4, let's go 100 proof all out here, Terry, as well as this starts the second of our pick 4s today. 3 of them on the card. We'll have our Don Johnson thoughts for all of them, but what's happening here?
Well, we're going to stretch out to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's a maiden claiming race, $16,000 claiming price, purse $22,000, and it's for maidens 4-year-olds and upward.
Yes, at $170 at Parx, you're looking for horses that have early speed. 36% of which go gate to wire the rail. Leah's Last Hero gets a bonus. 2 and 3, a little bit of a discount. 4 through 7, a bonus. 8 and out, a discount. So again, that accordion post position, in good, out bad, in good, bad, out. All right, Terry. So we have a sense of who's going to be where. Speed matters. Who's got it in race number 4?
Okay, well, as you can see, the rail horse, again, has the most speed, and it has a lot of speed compared to the others. It could get out of there and get that quarter pole first. That 4 has an overlay from 5-2 to 5-1. The 7 has an overlay 4-1 to 8-1. You know, the 3, 6, 7, and 8 have in the past equaled or went past the par number. And the par number in this is 74, as you see. And then all but the 6 can equal, or they can increase above the par level, as you see with the data there. So, and of course, that means that that this is an indication that the horses have the potential to meet, exceed a par score based on our exclusive algorithms, and that's what that data means. And then all but the 5 have C zones. And of course, then the 2 has the best jockey. The 8 has the best trainer, and the 2 is the best combination of jockey and trainer in the race.
Yeah, so here we just rank the jockeys relative to each other in this race for their win percentage and for their in the money percentage. Same thing for the trainers. Who's got the best win percentage, best in the money percentage? This race, we have the 8 horse wants to be forward. The 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, they want to close. The 1 and 6, again, not within 5 lengths of the winner, the finish line of late. So at the beginning, the 1 horse does have a pretty aggressive early speed advantage, about a length better than everybody else on the rail. We see the 7 with a similar late speed advantage. Cary Grant should be running pretty hard at the end. When you look at the total pace picture, the 2 and the 4 come in as their top. It's pretty close between these 4. Normally, the winner comes out of the top 4 about 7 out of 10 times. Here also we see Make My Day Charlie, a 3-point speed figure advantage over everybody else in their last start. Terry, who's going to catch the win in this one?
Well, I like the 2 as my top choice, fully committed. He's finished in the money in 4 out of 6 starts at Parx Racing. And he has the trainer who wins 22% of the maiden claiming races. He has a horse running in, switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. And then that 8 you were talking about, Make My Day Charlie, is my second choice. He is a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and his best start speed is close to the average winning speed. Evasive moves. The 4 is my third choice, drops in class today and can handle the distance. And then Lay's Last Hero, the 1, has a high percentage winning jockey. The rail post win at an 18% clip, and they added blinkers today. I'm going to play the second Don Johnson pick 4, 2, 4, 8 with the 4, 5, 8, 9 with the 3, 7, 10, 12, finishing up with the 2, 8 for a $48 ticket.
I have the 8 horse, the 1 Make My Day Charlie with the 3-point speed figure advantage over everybody else. And the resume says, if you look through the cycles, Mark Kramer, he has a book all about cycles. It's kind of hard to get, but it's kind of worth reading. But when you look at that, I look back at the last time the horse, I think the only time the horse made 2 races in a row, really major move forward in that second start. So if we see that same cycle today, could run away with this one. Fully committed, Paco, on a very consistent performer. Again, everybody's going to have to beat this one. Cary Grant, this 7 horse, is my third choice. Going to be closing, has that really strong late pace advantage over everybody else, and should be better in the second off the sidelines as well. And then maybe too much early speed for Lay's Last Hero for the rest. If that one can get out to the lead on easy fractions, it could go all the way. My pick 4, 1, 2, 7, 8, 5, 8, 9, 10, and 12 with the 1, 2, 8, and 9. Also investing 48 out of my $50 Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4. And Private Ross, you need not be quiet. Nobody needs to be quiet. Hit us up in the comments section. Let us know what horses you like today. If there's some sports bets that you like, let us know about that. There's some stocks, cryptos, anything that you feel like is in a good position to make you money. Tell us all about it. And so that you don't miss what anybody has to say at any time, Terry. Comments, picks, thoughts. Let us know how you can follow along from day to day to day to day.
Well, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's really easy to do. Hit that bell so you're notified about all of our programs coming up, like Foreign Fridays. And then go ahead and copy the link, share it with everybody you know so that they can come and check us out. Then go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. That helps us a lot. And keep the comments coming. Private Ross, don't stop giving us comments, and we'd like to see your picks as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it helps us out with the algorithm. Any interaction, so after the show is over on YouTube, we will timestamp every race. If you want to come back and look at every race, one by one, you can do so. And any interaction between us and you helps us boost our scores. So when people search for horse racing, they're more likely to find us. Hopefully they find us for race 5, Terry, identifying some great horses. Before we do that, we have to identify what they are running for.
Okay, well, we're going to go to mile 70 yards again, and it's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since August 25th.
He had a $170 on the main track. We talk about that last race, I believe. Yes, indeed. So it'll be 2 in a row. 36%, Jerome Bettis going to go wire to wire. There is a real bonus for Akana Lumura. Maybe that's how you pronounce that. 2 and 3 get a discount. 4 through 7 get a bonus. 8 and out, a penalty. So we see that according effect. We also see 1,000 simulations giving us a sense that 2 horses have the best chance to get forward here, Terry.
That's right. That 8 and 4 shows the best speed in here, according to the data. They could go head to head to that quarter pole if they both get a clean break. The 5 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 7 to 2. Most of these horses have, in the past, equaled or exceeded the par numbers, with the 6 and the 9 being the best, I guess. And then all but the 1 can show that they, in this race, could possibly exceed or equal the par plus number. All of them have a good comfort zone reading. And then 9 has the best jockey, 5 has the best trainer, but the 7, according to the data there, looks like it has the best combination of the 2. So
yes, indeed. Dave, I put the best bet there on the bottom for you again. Hello from Venezuela, Isla Margarita, Venezuela. That sounds like a place we should go visit, right, Terry?
yes.
The island of margaritas. There's nothing wrong with that. Glorious Soul place. Boom! There you go. How about that? All right, folks. So in this race, as we look at the race setup, the 9 wants to pilot. 1, 3, and 4 co-pilot. 2's a PC horse. You always got to look out for what I call Sesame Street horses. They're unlike any of the others. The 5, 6, 7, and 8, they prefer to close. As we look at the early pace, it does look like the 8 should be up front, although the 3 could sneak into here. We do see the 4 kind of not making it in there, so interesting in that. 6 has got your top late speed, but a whole bunch of them in the same zip code. 2, 8, 3, and 5, they make up your top 4, but look at this, Terry. Only 5 points separating the top to the bottom of the first 6. And over here, Classy Miss did run the top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else. You got the 1, 2, and 3 dropping in class, with the 1 being the biggest class dropper after showing better pace from start to finish in its last race. So a lot of horses on the upswing in here, Terry. Very competitive total pace scores. This looks like this race can go a lot of different ways. Which way do you think it's going to go?
Well, yeah, I like the 8 Classy Miss as my first choice. She ran second versus similar last race. She has the highest last race speed rating. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters. Lots of boxes marked off. Number 5, Beyond a Million, has been knocking at the door, finishing in the the last 5 races in the money, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and likes this distance. Then the 4 is my third choice, finished in the money in 4 out of the 12 starts at Parx Racing. She likes the distance. Then I like the 9 as my long shot, finished third versus similar in her last race at Parx Racing, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I have our Classy Miss 2. Top last race speed figure, as I mentioned, a handful of points clear of the next closest competitor. And this horse showed a lot of improvement late in its last race. And I've noticed a lot of horses that go middle out, that momentum tends to carry to the next start. The 5 horse is the next on my list, Beyond 8 Million. First off a layoff, does have plenty of workouts prepping. The first up records, but all those workouts say the horse should be fit. Tomer, the 9 horse, here's that man, Paco Lopez again, on a horse that showed much better improvement from start to end in its pace numbers. And then finally, Katie Got Lucky, the 2 horse, a little bit of a long shot there. The last few races were just god-awful for sure. But if you look through the past performances, you see the horse doesn't really perform in sprints. But when it goes to a route, a mile or more, the horse does really well, closes at the end. So let's see if the change in distances proves to be effective again. I'm going to do $1 trifecta box, 2, 5, 8, and 9, and then 11 to win and place on the 8 horse, Classy Miss, in a wide open race, hoping to catch some decent prices all across the board. There, it looks like we have about 2 minutes for the next race, so let's recap a couple of things. When the show is over, head on over to horseracingtoday.net. There will be a show description right here. If you click on the link, there will be also a replay right there, along with all of our comments and notes right there, so you can keep along with that. While you're there, kindly hit on the HRT gear. It's going to get sunny. It's going to get warm. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today cap. Keep the sun out of your eyes. Here's that bright and sunny red number 1, like the one horse on the rail. You can see HRT on the side, HRT on the other side, the number 1 on the front. You can also customize the cap. If you don't like red, but you like the number 1, hey, make it dark blue or make it light gray. You can take it a lot of different ways. You can design it however you choose. And today, for the last day, it's free standard shipping. And once again, free track of the day today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link in the description below. Is Mahoning Valley. You can see right there. First race. I don't know who won the first race, Terry. Hopefully one of them did.
Yeah,
the 2, 5, 7, or 1, or did they not run yet? Let's see.
Let me see.
Mahoning Valley. Where are you? All right. No, that's Miami Valley. Wrong one. Did they cancel today? I don't see it in my list of.
They might have.
Well,
I don't see it either.
I don't see. So maybe they canceled. So no free picks today if they cancel. Let's look at race number 2, Terry, and see if we can find any value in race. Well, I don't know. It would be surprising to me if they cancel because the weather here in the Midwest is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, they did. They canceled because of the track conditions, according to Equal Base. So
that's a good idea right there, Private Ross. All right, here we go. Race 2. Here we go. 5, 6, 8 exacta box, trifecta box, try 5, 6, 4, 8, 5 for our friend Taurine Shepherd. Thank you for that. If you have any ideas as well, let us know about them. All right, so race number 2. Let's take a look to see where there's some value. Well, it's kind of tough to say because you have the first-time starters in here with the 1 and the 8. But according to our odds, the 1 merits some bet, 4-1. Right now, it is 10-1. The 8 horse, 5-1. It is 10-1, so maybe there too. The 7 horse, 5-1, 10-1, 2 and 4. There you go, 5 running in there. So a lot of different. According to the simulation odds, this race can go just about any which way, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
It is.
The 6 horse is your top total pace horse. Right now, it's also your favorite at 8-5. The next favorite is the 5 horse, which was the top last race speed figure at 7-2. The 3 and the 2 are in that mix as well. Spooky Gal and Bail Out Billy. None of them, again, have hit par so far. The 1 and the 6, the best chances, according to our simulations. The 2 and the 4 dropping in class. Perhaps that's why they're getting some play. Let's see what happens when they get off and running in race number 2. I think they're just waiting for 1 or 2 more horses, and they'll be set and ready to go. Looks like they're all in, except for the 8 horse, I think. Nope, the 4 horse is going in now. And then I think the 8 horse. First time starter, the last time to load. And I don't see him in the picture as of yet. There he comes, eagerly getting in there. Yeah, he looks ready to run, Terry, that 8 horse. He ran into that stall. You don't see that from first timers, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times they're hesitant. That guy just said, I'm in. Let's go. Let's get my race career off to a good start. And they're off and they're running. So the 6 horse breaking the sharpest, then the 1 horse down on the rail. The 3 horse also in the mix. The 4 and the 3. Ooh, that one. Bail Out Billy getting the lead fairly easily. The 4 to its outside. Then the 6 3 wide, a very difficult spot to run. The first time starter on the rail, the 1 horse decked out all in red, is right now running in 4th, about maybe 2 lengths off the lead. They ran the opening quarter in 22.6 seconds. The 4 horse at 9-2, making its way into the mix. The 1 horse continues to save ground on the rail. On the outside right now, you have that 7 horse. It's making a move. The 8 horse all the way in the back of the pack. 4 horse right now, Maggie Mischief, looking like it's going to make a fool out of us, Terry. Down around the corner they come. The 4 horse continues to hold the lead. Nobody else really giving much chase. Looks like the 1 horse, the first-time starter, is trying to figure out what to do, but can't quite figure it out. Can't get his stride to change late. He's finally figured it out right now. He's starting to come aggressively. He's moving down to the rail. I think the 1 horse, E.T.'s Gypsy Rose, is one that you want to circle on your horses to watch list. The 4-horse Maggie Mischief coming home as your winner. I think maybe the 1-horse might have actually been the best horse in that race, but he was looking around the turn, kind of went wide a little bit, changed leads late. Maybe next time that horse is one you're going to want to circle to watch. What did we miss on that 4-horse, Terry, in race number 2? It was a little bit of an overlay. It was one of the biggest class droppers in the race there, Terry.
Yeah.
Said right here he should be a part of the early pace, was a part of the early pace. So could have had him in your picks. We missed him. Well, hopefully we don't miss in race number 6, Terry. That's where we're going now, to the second half of the card. What are they going to do here?
Well, they're going to shorten up the 6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, and the purse is $21,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
6 furlongs does favor some early speed in there, Terry. 42% of the time, the horse that wins the race to the quarter-mile marker wins the race to the finish line. There is a real bonus for why stop there. 2 and 3, play fair. 4 through 7, a discount. 8 and out, also a little bit of a discount, but not as bad as 4 through 7. Speed matters, Terry, in race number 6. Hopefully we have some. Well, we got a bunch that should try to get going early on.
Yeah, that's right. They all have, at least most of them have pretty similar speed. So it's really anyone's guess who's going to get that quarter pole first. Just depends on who gets the best break and the best decision by the jockey. The 8 has an overlay from 3-1 to 6-1. The 10 has an overlay from, 5-1 to 6-1. And then all but the 4 have, par numbers. And of course, the ones that all of them that show that they could exceed or equal today's par, except for that 4. And then number 6, all but the 6. I mean, all of the horses have a comfort zone, but the 6 has a really nice 90%. And then the 3 is the best jockey according to the data, and the 12 would be the best trainer, and the best combination of jockey and trainer, looks like to me, would be the 12.
A lot of these horses want to be at the back of the pack and close. You got a few here that want to be on the front. 2 Sesame Street horses with the 1 and the 3. Anytime these horses with versatility stand out by themselves, definitely worth a view. At the beginning of the race, as we mentioned, there's plenty of pace to chase. At the end of the race, there's a couple of them that have a little bit of an edge over everybody else, the 1 and the 10. Our top total pace picture looks like the 8, 7, 12, and 10. But again, only 5 points separating these 5 horses. The 10 horse, Financial Strength, did run a speed figure that was 8 points better than everybody else. Heck, we had some class dropper win the last race. So you got the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 12 as class droppers today. Maybe those horses are ones to look out. Maybe the class drop is the play today, Terry. Who is your play to start the second half of the card?
Well, I like the 12 Good Reunion. It comes in from Aqueduct, dropping in class today, and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 10 Financial Strength has run second versus similar in his last 2 races. He can handle this distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer, second choice. My third choice is the 7. He has finished in the money in 4 races out of the last 5 starts. He won one of those races. He drops in class. He has a high percentage winning jockey. And then 3, What a Blast, is my long shot. He was beaten favorite in his last race, but has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 27% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. Drops in class today and switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. No additional bets for me here.
Financial Strength did run that top last race speed figure much better than everybody else. Third up after a layoff. Classic handicapping angle, and ran a little bit better fractions last out. Good Reunion, the 12 horse. That one is a track dropper coming in from New York. Very consistent performer, very close to par winning level for this race. The 7, Araj. Class dropper. He likes to hang late at Parx. 6 races, 1 win, 4 of them ending up second. No thirds. Maybe today catching a little bit less weight can be the difference between second or first. And then finally, What a Blast, the 3 horse, going to be forward, going to have Paco Lopez. My dollar trifecta here is 3, 7, 10, 12. With the 10, 12, the 3, 7, 8, 10, and 12. I'll probably get it right and just get nipped at the wire for third. So pick somebody else in that third spot there, folks. Parx Racing, there we go. The 4-horse. The 6 did nothing, in that race. That's for sure. The other, I felt like, again, the 1-horse looked to me like one that you want to put on your horses to watch list. Went off at 17-1, so I doubt he'll go down a whole lot in odds next time around. But I would suspect that you'll see a better effort in round 2 off of the bench for the 1. He went off at 17-1. Race 7, Terry, there's a 7 involved in that too. A lot of 7s here to consider. What are they?
All right, it's a 1 70 yards, optional claiming race of $20,000 claiming price, purse $30,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $10,000 or less since February 25th, 2023, or claiming price of $20,000.
Yep, indeed, a 1 70 yards. I think it's the third time today they're going to take that trip. Does favor early speed, a little more than 1 out of 3 winning on the front. Post position wise, again, it's the accordion. The rail's good. 2, 3 not as good. 4 through 7 fine. 8 and out also gets a discount. Terry, 1,000 simulations to tell us which horse is going to be on the lead, and what does the data tell you?
Well, it shows that all of them show speed, and a lot of them are pretty close to one another. So I think it's another anyone guess race. As far as the overlays, the 4 has an overlay from 5-1 to a nice 20-1. The 9 has an overlay from 8-1 to 10-1. And as far as the par numbers, the par race column is color coded, as you see. And the green means yes, the horse has a recent race that is at or above the par score for the day's race. The red means no. These horses have not been within 5 speed points of today's score. Par score maybe means that the 1 to 5, these horses have come with 1 to 5 speed points of attaining a par score. And then it's important to note that the 5 speed points equal about 1 length. Mm-hmm. And then as you can see, the 1, 2, 8, and 9 all say yes. So they all had recent race that they were either equaled or above. And then 7 never came close to that. All of them but the 5 show that they could possibly today exceed or equal the par numbers. So that's why they're called par plus. All of the horses have comfort zone figures, and you can see that the 8 is the best. The 2 has the best jockey according to the data for this race. The 8 has the best trainer for this race as far as how they've done as win percent and in the money percent. And the 2 is probably the best combination of the jockey and trainer for this race.
Mm-hmm. In this race, a lot of horses want to be middle forward, so could favor a horse that comes off the pace. Maybe that 8 horse is going to find this race very much to its liking with that 74%, only one above 50%, that it's going to have a race that matches. Looking over here, the average race for the 8 horse is also better than the top for most of them, according to the speed chart. We see here the 3 horse and the 8 horse are dropping in class, both a little more than a half a length. Everybody moving up to face better company. Right here, the 5 horse Vine Jet. Look at its early pace, mid pace, late pace, and fractions were better all across the board. So if you're looking for a horse that's perhaps improving, that might be your play. Aula, the 9. 5-point speed figure, better than everybody else. Look at our top total pace picture again. Roughly 70% of the winners come out of the top 4. They would be 1, 2, 8, and 4. Terry, who are your top 4 in race number 7?
Well, I like the 8 Divine Miracle. He has finished in the money in 9 races out of the last 10 starts, won 4 of those, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. So he's a very competitive horse. And then the 2, Afraid of the Bunny, second choice, has won 3 races out of the last 4 starts. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 1 Level Up. He likes Parx Racing, finishing in the money in 67% of the races, winning 33% of those. And he likes a distance. He's been in the money 73% of the time, winning 27% of those. And then 9, as my long shot, has won his last race at Parx Racing by a whopping 12 lengths. has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 with the 1, 3, 4, 5 with the 3 with the 1, 2, 4, 6, 9. But even though I think this race is a little bit open, I'm going to go with the 8 as my pick of the day and try for the second day in a row to have my pick of the day win. I'm going to bet 10 to win, 20 to place on the 8. $10 exacta box, the 2 with the 8, a $5 exacta key box, the 8 on top with the 1, 9, and then for $10, and then for 5, and then a $10 exacta, the 8 on top with the 1, 2, 9. And I've got
Terry likes the 8. That's his best bet. I think the only horse I put any money to win and place on was in race number 4. Was it race number 4? What was it? Race number 5, the 8 horse Classy Miss, 11 to win and place on the 8 in race number 5. So maybe the 8s are a good number to play today. For me in race number 7, I have the 2 horse as my first choice. That one is what race number 7? It's Afraid of the Bunny. I'm afraid of the bunny too. I've had 2 rabbits die like in my yard the last couple of days. I don't know what the hell's going on. But Jamie Ness and then Mikel Sanchez, that's a pretty dynamic duo. This one has shown the ability to hit 100 on the speed gun. If it hits 100 today, it's a winner. Divine Miracle. This one should get a race that really sets up really nice for him. As we saw in our race shape, there's a ton of speed in this race. Right down here, you see all these horses want to be forward. That should set up nicely for that 8, who has some of the best late speed in the race. Number 1, Level Up. That one missed by a nose in his last and has some excellent late pace numbers as well to chase down some of that speed. And then finally, number 9, Alua. That one showed the top last race speed figure, 5 points clear of everybody else. I'm not quite sure what to make of that race. It won by 12 lengths, but it went from like a 40 speed figure to a 90 speed figure. So I don't know which one is indicative of what the horse is likely to bring to the table. Terry, one of the things that you can bring to the table, if you want to make sure you don't miss any more of our content, is very simple to take this mouse. And what should you do with it, Terry?
Well, with the mouse, you should retweet us. Go ahead and open up your subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell so it notifies you about all the programs we have coming up. Use that mouse to go down there and click and copy that link to share with everybody you know. Then go with the mouse and get to our social sites such as TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, X, and give us a thumbs up and a like at Horse Race, the number 2 day. And then also keep these comments coming during the show and the picks. We really like to see them. It helps with our algorithms.
Yeah, we'd really like to get to 10,000 followers on both YouTube and X in 2025. It unlocks a lot of tools and actually accelerates your growth. So you could help us. We'd greatly appreciate it. And the more that comes our way, the more we'll be able to bring your way. In race number 8, Terry, that's our next item on the agenda today. You're going to run another one of these 7 furlongs.
We sure are. We're going to go to 7 furlongs again. It's an optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse $25,000 for 3-year-olds and which have started for $16,000 or less and which have never won 2 races, or claiming price of $16,000 and which have never won 2 races.
Yep, and to win that second race, in case you missed that they haven't won 2 races, 16 of them so far at the distance. Horses being middle forward have a great chance to win. 5 out of the 16 went wire to wire. I think in the opener, the horse won 2 up on the lead, so probably 6 out of 17 now. There's an inside 3 bonus. No, the 4 horse ran in the shotgun position, but still was forward. There's an inside 3 bonus, 4 through 7, a penalty, 8 and out gets a bonus as well. So speed on the inside, speed on the outside in race number 8, Terry, is an appropriate running style. And who's got it?
Well, the 4 shows the most speed, followed up by the 6 and the 8. I think if the 4 gets a clean break, it should get that quarter pole first. That 1 has an overlay 6 to 1 to 8 to 1. 4 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 7 to 2. And then 3 and 4 are the only 2 horses that in the past have equaled or exceeded the par speed number of 81. And then all but the 6 and 8 they have a chance to exceed or equal par numbers according to the data today. And then all of the horses have C zones, but the 5 has the best one, is 89, almost 90%. And then, of course, what C zone means is it's the measure of how closely today's race will likely mirror a horse's best race in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 7 has the best jockey for this race according to the data. The 3 has the best trainer for this race according to the data. And the best combination of the trainer jockey is the 7 in this race according to our data.
Yeah, a lot of horses on the upswing too, improvement-wise here, both in terms of pace and over here in fractions. A lot of class droppers in here. The 2-horse dropping 2 lengths today. It's a pretty big drop in class, folks. That's pretty big. And then over here on our pace view, the 6-horse, that one is a lone E. Up here, we do see that the horse should compete for the lead, should be first or second out of the gate. 3, 4, 5, and 8, they want to co-pilot. 1, 2, and 7 want to close. The 5-horse, though, looks like it has the most late speed. It's about a length and a half faster than everybody else down the stretch. It also tops our top total pace list here. Again, we see another race where a whole bunch of horses are within 2 lengths of each other. Another race that if you get caught wide, you get bumped. You could go first. You could go worst. Gary, you think the 3-horse will finish atop of the list?
I do. Oki Denden. He has won his last race at Parx Racing. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the one marching into April finished 3rd versus similar in his last race. The rail post winning 19% clip, and he can improve while returning to a sprint. Lasix is added. He's my second choice. Third choice is the 4 Save a Prayer. He won his last race at Parx Racing by 6 lengths. His best start speed is fast among today's starters, actually tied with number 3. And then he has a high percentage winning trainer. My long shot is Fridays with Murray. The 5, he has finished in the money in 3 out of 4 starts at Parx Racing, winning one of the starts, drops in class today, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
All out of money, all out of hope. Maximus Meridius. What are we in race number 8, right? Save a Prayer. We'll get to Maximus Meridius next. Save a Prayer, getting better race after race after race after race, and should be forward today. Oki Denden, whatever that is, along with the 4, the only other horse in this race that has a par race on its resume. So you know that it can hit the level needed to win. Fridays with Murray, the 5-horse. We have Jamie Ness, Ruben Severa. As I mentioned, this one's going to drop 2 lengths in class today. And then Son of Thor. That would be me, Terry. Speed, I don't know who is the Son of Thor. I'm sure he's somebody in that Marvel thing. Yeah. Speed and first-time Lasix. That can be a winning combination. No bets for me here either. Now we're going to go off to Maximus Meridius in race number 9 to start the late daily double. This is the marquee race of the day, Terry. And what is it all about?
It's a 7-furlong race, and we have our first allowance race today, $41,000 purse for registered Pennsylvania-bred 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won a Pennsylvania-bred race or races other than a maiden claiming or starter.
Yeah, and 7 furlongs, if you haven't heard it, I think it was the 4th one today at the weirdo distance. Stalkers do good. We saw a stalker in the opening race at second, then finish its to the finish line first. There is an inside 3 bonus. 4 through 7, a penalty, 8 and out, a bonus as well. So here we're talking about Maximus Meridius, Terry. We're talking about speed. Does Maximus Meridius have any speed?
Well, as you can see there, they all show speed, and there's 3 or 4 of them that are really close. So I think it's an anyone's guess race. The one has the only, the one doesn't even have an overlay. So I don't really see any overlays in this race whatsoever. Mm-hmm. The 3, 5, 7, and 9, or 3, 5, 7, and 8 in the past have shown that they either exceeded or equaled the par number for this race. And then the 3 has the best par plus number. It's almost 77%. It's just a little bit less. And then let's see here. As far as the comfort zones, all but the 7 shows that they have reached the comfort zone, and a lot of them are pretty high, like the 6, 8, and 9. And then all but the 7, as I said, that had reached that. And then the 9 has the best jockey according to the data for this race. The 1 has the best trainer, and the combination actually is the 1 with the trainer combination with the jockey that should do the best.
Yeah, long shot. The 1 horse also improved his pace from start to finish. The only horse that showed better fractions last time out was the 6. Got a couple in here. Maximus Meridius dropping almost 2 lengths in class. The 6 taking a little dip. The 8 also dipping. Everybody else moving up in style. A lot of horses here want to be middle forward. A couple in the back. It could set up for a horse to come from off the pace. If that's the case. The 3 horse has the most late speed, but it has the most early speed as well. Also has the top total pace about length and a half better than everybody. And its last race speed figure was 15 points better than everybody else. That's probably why that horse is 1-5 on the morning line, Terry. Does anything have a chance to beat Maximus Meridius?
Well, I really don't think so, but you never know with horse racing. Something could happen. He's won 3 races out of the last 4 starts, drops in class today. His best start speed is fast among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. If anybody can beat it, I think the 8 might. Harp's Hot Corner won his last 4 races, winning, and he has a high percentage winning jockey, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. And then McCracken's Ghost, the 5, is my 3rd choice. He finished 2nd versus similar in his last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Mr. Sandman, the 7, is my long shot. He ran 2nd in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. That's all for me. I have no money to bet, so there you go.
There you got it. 3 horse also gets the top call. I mean, I don't know. 15-point speed figure better than everybody else. Top total pace +7. The only thing we can do is like what Tom calls very low odds 2nd place. If anyone's going to beat him, it's probably going to be Harp's Hot Corner. Jamie Ness, Ruben, Jamie Ness, and Mikel Sanchez. Horses won 5 races in a row, so he ain't going to roll over. Then McCracken's Ghost, Ness, then Silvera, been off more than a year. The workouts are okay. And then finally, the 1 horse, Jake Break Alley, strong on the rail, long shot, why not? All of the race internals were better across the board. No bets for me either, Terry. We have just a few minutes before race number 3 gets started. So let's go back to race number 3, take a look at some of our picks there. Let's take a look at some of the data for race number 3. Yeah, I don't know. We have a little bit of time in here, Terry. Think we can make our way through race number 10 in 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah. All right. Let's just do race number 10. Let's just race through race 10 and then come back to race number 3. Let's go.
Okay. It's a mile and 16th, claiming race $5,000 claiming price for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since August 26th.
Yes, at $1.16, you're looking for horses. Of course, speed. Only 5 races, 2 of them won on the lead. Outside is better than inside. Nobody's won from the rail. Terry, where's the speed in race number 10?
Well, 9 should get there, as you can see. It's got the most speed of any of the horses. And then the 8 has an overlay from 4-1, 15-1. The 10 has an overlay from 6-1 to 8-1. All but the 7 have been close, either exceeded or equaled the par number for today's race. The 3, 5, and 11 in this race have the best percentage as far as par plus goes, and then all but the 1, 5, and 7 show. All of the horses show comfort zone, but the 1, 5, and 7 show the best. The 4 is the best jockey for this race, and the 6 is the best trainer. 6 is the best combination of jockey and trainer.
Yes, indeed. A lot of horses want to be forward. A lot of want to be in the back. Speed of the speed, that looks like the 9 horse, our top total pace horses. There you go, 4, 13, 5, and 10. Terry, we got to make our picks quick, so let's go about our business in race.
All right. Well, I like the 2. We would be there. He ran 2nd versus similar in his last race, has the highest last speed rating, high percentage winning trainer. Number 4, Pit Boss, have been in the money at Parx Racing 58% of the time, won 17% of the races. He's been in the money 54% of the time and win 17% of the starts at today's distance. Roman Empire, the 6, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey, has a good workout on February 15th of 4 furlongs. Burks, the 9, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 29% of the races with taking a horse down 2+ classes, and a high percentage winning jockey. That's it for me.
So the 13 wasn't also eligible. That horse scratched into the race. Trainer wanted in this race, Kathleen Damasi. This horse knows how to win. We'll see if she made the right call. We be there, top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. We see that right here in our data sheet. Room to take it higher in the second off the sidelines. Number 9, Burks, Jamie Ness, Ruben Sanchez on the class drop for the likely pace setter. Decent workout between races. And then number 4, Pit Boss, Paco Lopez, drops in class, third race after a layoff. Last race is awful, though. $1 trifecta, 2-9-13, 2-4-9-6-13. I don't know why I put that out of order. And then 2, 9, and 13 to wrap it up. Race number 3, looks like they're about to get cooking in there, Terry. Let's look and see if we have any value horses in race number 3. Here are our picks. Terry likes the 4. I like the 4 on top. The 1 for Terry in the second. Second for me is a 7. The 1 is in third for me. It's in second for Terry, and we both agree the 3 horse is the 4th most likely to win. As far as betting value, our simulation says that the 4 horse should be the 2-5, the 5-2 favorite. He's a 9-5, so no value there. The 3 horse, that one's next up, a 3-1, some value at 4-1. The 1 horse, 5-2 right now. No value in that. The 7 horse, 5-2, no value in that. So the 2 horse at 40-1. Hey, you should get 24-1. So maybe add that as a long shot. They're off and they're running in race number 3. The 5 horse and the 1 horse competing for the lead. We thought they would compete for the lead with the 2 horse. Those 3 horses, indeed, up on the front. They got to be careful not to go too fast. The 5 horse got to be careful. Can't run 3 wide all the way around the track. That's a tough thing to do. The 1 horse, our projected leader, is the one that's actually leading. Brushback. We had that one as a 43.5% chance to win. The race to the quarter mile, he's done so. The 2 and the 5 continue to run wide all the way around that turn. They're taking the long way around the track, Terry. The 7, which is your second choice right now, that one is moving up along those 2 horses that ran wide. Opening quarter in about 25 seconds. A little bit of a gap back then to the 3 horse, about 2 lengths. The 4 and the 6 all the way at the back of the pack. Very slow half mile, 50.46 seconds. The 1 horse should be able to maintain its pace for the rest of the race. The 7, though, is making up ground on the rail, and he's really going to pressure that horse right now. The entire pack comes close together. The 2 horse at 50-1 says, you know what? I want some of that money. But he stopped. The 7 horse now, it's moving aggressively, Terry, on that 1. Has taken charge, taken the lead. The 1 horse now, despite those slow fractions, really kind of struggling. The 7 horse at 5-2 is right now your winner. I think the question is going to be by how much, not by if it wins. The 1 horse still fighting it out with the 3, but I'm going to say the 6 at a long price is going to get up into second. It has done so. And then the 4 horse, another one of those horses we said offered a little bit of value. Perhaps no, that was your favorite. So it's going to go 7, then an easy win for the 7, then 6, then 4, then 3. 7, 6, 4, and 3. That's the way race number 3 goes. 7. Where do we go? 7, 4, 6. The one we didn't have in there is Marine Patrol. But still 7-4 coming in 1-2. We had him. Unfortunately, we passed away on our pick 4s. Hopefully, our next pick 4 it becomes a winning ticket. So here you have the rest of the day. Our picks for the rest of the show. Terry's best bet is in race number 7, the 8 horse. Am I right about that?
7, yes.
Yes, and I feel like the only horse I put any money to win on and place was in race number 5, the 8 horse. Again, if you haven't done so already, please follow us on all of our social sites. You see them streaming down below. Kindly follow us on X, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Twitter is X. TikTok, Blue Skies, any place there's a social media, you'll find us at Horse Race the number 2 Day. Subscribe at YouTube on Horse Racing Radar TV. And, of course, Terry and I will be back tomorrow for Gulfstream Park. Free picks today. Well, I guess they canceled at Mahoning, so forget about that. Again, in just a few minutes over on Horse Racing Today, you'll get a recap of the show along with all of our picks and thoughts. They'll be right here. A race replay as well with all races timestamped in the description, as well as our data sheet. Hey, I want to say thank you to Maurice for saying he really likes that data sheet. You'll find a link to it in the description on YouTube, so you can use it at your convenience. Thank you for your time today, Don Johnson. Thank you for your time, the Guyana Bull. Thank you for your time, Edner. Thank you for your time, Luis. Thank you for your time, Juan Hernandez. Thank you for your time and comments for everybody who participated in the show today. We greatly appreciate that. Any final thoughts and words of wisdom from terrific Terry today?
Yeah, just wanted to say, I think it was Juan that said that we don't show the races. Well, sorry, Juan, we're not allowed to. If we could, we would. Other than that, just stay safe today. Anything you're going to do today, I hope it turns out right for you. And have a great Tuesday, and then see you tomorrow.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't show the races. We would love to show the races, but we would get sued so fast. If we only had 100 people as subscribers, they probably wouldn't notice. But once you cross over 5,000, there's a lot of people that are like cookieing you, monitoring you to make sure you don't steal any of their content. So we're not content stealers. We're content creators. And we certainly hope whatever you're trying to create today, it has God's grace, God's favor, and everything that you do ends up in
the winner's circle.
Indeed, we hope it do. We'll see you tomorrow for Hump Day with Hollywood Hay for Gulfstream on that day.